Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Mr. Ballen. You know, we're going into the archive. With this one, it is a short one. Not on purpose. It's just one that had came up actually on the feed, and I said, we ain't did this. And I looked at the time and said, oh, this short as hell. I ain't seen one Mr. Ballen video this short ever. 13 minutes. Said, what the hell? We're getting straight to the facts.
Right.
Straight to the facts. No fluff. But with that being said, we also are recording this right before the holidays. We're going on a small recording hiatus. But y'all, we're not gonna leave y'all without content. So every day since Thanksgiving up until this time coming out, we haven't recorded. But we wanted to plan ahead so y'all can already have the content so y'all can enjoy. So y'all go ahead and let us know how was y'all's Thanksgiving? Hopefully y'all had a great one.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all was able to get your bellies full.
Spend time with family.
Yeah. Yeah, facts, man. Because it's not just about the food, it's about the family.
It's about the family.
Family, friends,
Always.
man. But with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want to further support, all you have to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
we highly appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get into it. We got always read the warning label. Do you ever read the warning label? Do you normally read the warning label?
I read.
I don't.
I know.
I don't read warning labels. I just be like, hey, pop it up and all right, let's see what it can do.
Yeah, that's how I read.
Let's go. You tried to play me.
But you lied to try to play me.
I didn't lie.
Okay, baby, come on.
I didn't lie.
Okay.
You look at ingredients.
Okay.
Not the warning label.
The scary part about today's story is it could happen to anyone. But before we get into today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload 3 or 4 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, please gift the like button one of those magic 8 balls that tells the future, but change all of the potential responses to reply hazy, try again. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's story. On the night of October 25th, 2009, a fit, healthy 30-year-old man named Alex was at home in San Diego watching TV in bed. At some point, he noticed there was a slight pain in his left Achilles tendon. A tendon is the fibrous connective tissue that connects muscle to bone, and the Achilles tendon is the biggest tendon in your whole body, and it's the one you can feel on the back of your ankle. It connects your calf muscle to your heel. Alex had never had tendon pain before, and so he assumed it must just be tightness from the long walk he had taken that night around his neighborhood. And so after massaging it for a little while, eventually he kind of forgot about it and just kept watching TV until he fell asleep for the night. The next morning when Alex woke up, he immediately recognized that the pain in his left Achilles tendon was 10 times worse. It was blindingly painful. And then his right Achilles tendon was also now starting to hurt. And so he reflexively reached under the covers and tried to massage his sore tendons. But as soon as he touched the backs of his legs, he felt shooting pain in that area. And so he couldn't touch them anymore. And so instead, he swung his legs off the bed and he sat up on the edge of his bed. And then he slowly rocked forward until he transferred his weight onto his feet and tried to stand up. And as soon as he did, he fell to the ground because of the blinding pain in his tendons. And so he manages to pull himself back up using the bed. And then he hobbles his way out of his bedroom over to the top of the stairs. And then he grabs the railing and he carefully makes his way down the stairs. And as he's walking, it feels like the tendons are so tight, they're going to snap like a rubber band. And so he gets to the bottom of the stairs and he walks his way around into the kitchen. kitchen where he sits down and he kind of evaluates what's going on. And he thinks to himself, man, I must be developing a wicked case of tendinitis. Tendinitis is inflammation or irritation of the tendon. And so Alex grabbed his laptop, which was right in front of him. He opened it up and he began looking for ways to alleviate pain from tendinitis. And so after looking in a couple medical forums, he got up and hobbled his way over to the bathroom. He opened up the medicine cabinet and he grabbed the Icy Hot, which is a topical pain reliever. And then he hobbled his way into the first floor living room where he laid down on the couch. And then he applied a healthy amount of Icy Hot on the backs of both of his legs right over his tendons. And then he propped his legs up on 2 pillows. And so he laid there and he's thinking, okay, so it's the weekend. I have today off. I'll just lay here until the pain subsides. But by that evening, the pain had not subsided. It had gotten progressively worse. And so Alex picked up the phone and he called a podiatrist, which is a doctor who specializes in feet and the lower half of your leg. And he made an appointment for the following morning to have a look at his Achilles tendons. And so after he hung up, Alex thought to himself, you know, the best thing I can do is probably just go to bed. I'm bound to feel better in the morning. And so Alex hobbles his way back up the stairs, holding onto the railing, and he goes into his bathroom.
Man, just sleep on the couch tonight, man. You trying to hobble upstairs. You trying to do this. You trying to do that. You're making it worse. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'll hold you. Sometimes I'll be feeling you ever like get pain in your Achilles?
Sometimes.
I'll be like, damn, bro. I feel like this shit for the pop. You don't never feel like that?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Oh my God. You ever had some pain in your knees?
Yeah, I have pain in my knees all the time. I got pain in my knees now.
Bro, how you twist it? Bro, you ain't even twisted. You literally, I don't know what the fuck you did. You sprained your knee. Bro, no, I ain't gonna talk about it.
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
In the morning. And so Alex hobbles his way back up the stairs, holding onto the railing, and he goes into his bathroom to wash his face. He reaches for the towel, and he notices his thumb is suddenly locked up, and he can't move his thumb. And then his other thumb, too, locks up. And he's looking at them, and he can't get them to move. And so with his other fingers, he tries to move that thumb and bend that thumb, but he can't do it. The tendon in both of his thumbs had suddenly become unbelievably tight to the point where he couldn't move his thumbs anymore. Up until this point, Alex had convinced himself that whatever was happening with his Achilles tendons was probably minor, that with or without medical intervention, it was bound to just get better. But now he wasn't so sure, because the thumb situation, that really scared him. He had never experienced anything like that, and he couldn't help but think that whatever was happening in his thumbs was probably what was happening in his Achilles, making this a much more complex problem. So Alex forgets about washing his face or even going to bed, and instead leaves the bathroom and grabs the railing and hobbles back downstairs. He makes his way into the kitchen with the stiff thumbs, and he sits down at the table. He opens up his laptop, and he begins looking for any information about what is happening to him. A few minutes into his search, he was about to type something into Google when all of a sudden he felt the rest of his fingers start to lock up. The tendons in his fingers were tightening up, just like his thumbs and just like his Achilles tendons. And so now Alex is going into crisis mode. He doesn't know what's happening to him. He has no idea what to do, but he manages to calm himself down, and he told himself, Alex, tomorrow you got a doctor's appointment. They'll know what's wrong with you. They will fix this. Everything's going to be just fine. And so despite his overwhelming urge to panic, he closes his laptop and he hobbles his way over to the stairs. He climbs up to the second floor and he goes directly into his bedroom, crawls in bed, and he goes to sleep. The next morning when he woke up, the tightness and pain in his Achilles tendons and in his hands had not gotten any worse. And that kind of comforted Alex. He's thinking, okay, we're past the worst of this. I just need to figure out what this is and then fix it. And so he crawled out of bed, he hobbled his way over to the stairs, he went down, he grabbed a quick bite to eat, and then he went outside to his car to head out to his doctor's appointment. When he got to his car, he reached for the door handle, and when he pulled on it, he felt an unbelievable surge of pain in the hand that was on the car. And when he looked down, all of the joints in that hand that had been pulling on the car, they had all separated. Like the connective tissue that kept his finger whole was no longer strong enough. So Alex screamed and he retracted his hand in horror. And when he looked at it, the joints had gone back to normal, but the pain in this hand persisted. And so on adrenaline alone, Alex managed to use used his other hand and got the car door open. He went inside, and then he could barely grip the steering wheel because one hand is now wrecked and his other hand is not much better. But he managed to speed to the doctor's office, and then when he got inside, he could barely fill out the paperwork because one hand was wrecked and the other wasn't much better, so he couldn't grip the pen. But after he gave them his paperwork, the doctor finally came out and they brought him back to an exam room, and that's when Alex explained that originally it was just his Achilles tendons. That's why he had called for this appointment. But after making that appointment, not only had the pain in his Achilles gotten much, much worse, but there was also now pain and tightness in his hands, including one hand that had just fallen apart when he tried to open a door. Alex told the doctor that he had never experienced anything even remotely resembling this in his entire life. He led a very healthy lifestyle and really had no idea what could be causing this. Although he did say 10 days prior, he had finished a round of antibiotics. The drug was called Cipro, but previously he had used this drug with no issues. But as a precaution...
Have you ever heard that? I don't know. Folks, a lot of people be hearing about drugs. I'll be like, nigga, I don't know no drugs.
I haven't.
I'm so...
I haven't heard of that.
That at all. Like, that's
but,
crazy.
You know, everything has these side effects, right?
True.
And side effects be worse than what you're taking, you know.
True.
The drug was called Cipro, but previously he had used this drug with no issues. But as a precaution, he told the doctor because he knew one of the side effects of this drug was tendon problems. And so as a precaution, Alex had actually brought the paperwork for that drug, Cipro, and he gave it to the doctor. And so the doctor, after hearing the story, he reads through the fact sheet of this drug, and he tells Alex that he doesn't think it's a side effect of the drug. He thinks Alex is showing all the signs of having an autoimmune disease, like lupus or multiple sclerosis, and that he needs to go to a rheumatologist and get tested for that. And so Alex is horrified by this. He can't believe that only a couple of days ago, he was totally normal, and now it felt like his whole life was falling apart. And so he left that appointment, he went out to his car, and he called a rheumatologist, and he set up an appointment for a couple of days later to get tested, and then he went home. And over the next couple of days, as he waited for that next appointment, his condition only got worse.
That's why the fuck I hate about doctors, bro. That waiting game, there's nothing I can do. But you sure gonna charge me, ain't you, bitch? You know what I'm saying? You gonna charge me on my insurance, ain't you, bitch? Obviously you can see I'm in excruciating pain. Honestly, my whole time here is, does he have no one he can call on for assistance?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be driving. You shouldn't be, honestly, at this point, caring for yourself. You need somebody who can also assist you. Like, we ain't got no family members. We ain't got no friends. It got to be somebody we can call on.
Yeah.
Just call on me, brother, when you need a friend to lean on. Lean on. I need somebody I can lean on at this point, bro. Alex, I need you to lean on somebody, man, because, there's no way you, for days.
Alex leaning on that rail in that house, child.
You know what I would have did? I would have chunked it up and went to the hospital. I would have had to chunk it up and just go to the hospital, go to the ER, and just say, I need help. I'm not finna keep making doctor's appointments and having to wait a day, then wait several days. Then this doctor gonna say, no, it ain't that.
Okay, then when you go to the ER,
man, run some tests. I need an answer. I feel like they'll work more efficiently. Well, not efficiently, but just more quickly.
Immediately. Effectively. What was you trying? I'm trying to see what you're trying to say.
I said quickly.
Okay.
I said hold on.
Quickly.
They're gonna work quicker than all the other mothers.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that.
And over the next couple of days, as he waited for that next appointment, his condition only got worse. Every muscle, joint, and connective tissue in his body was either extremely tight or hurt or both. By the time he made it to the rheumatologist's office, he could barely move on his own. After the doctor had run several tests on Alex, Alex began mentally preparing himself to be told that he had an autoimmune disease. He believed at this point that that was the most logical explanation for what was happening to him. But when the test results came back in, to Alex's shock, he was negative across the board. He did not have an autoimmune disease. And so Alex hobbled out of the office, he got out to his car, he sat down, and he was in pain and at a loss. He had no idea what was happening to his body, and it seemed like none of the experts knew either. And so when Alex got back to his house, he made his way into the kitchen and he sat down to do some more research, but he felt like he was at a loss there too. He didn't even know what to research. He had searched for every possible combination of pain, tightness in your Achilles, pain, tightness in your hands and your fingers, and nothing was lining up with his experience. And so he thought to himself, you know, even though that podiatrist ruled out the antibiotic he had taken a cycle of before he started feeling the way he was feeling, even though he ruled that out, I might as well do some more research on it because it's the one thing I can point to that was newly introduced to my life before I had all these things happen to me.
Exactly.
Why not just go back to the doctor who initially gave you the antibiotic? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, these motherfuckers. If you're a doctor, I apologize. You watching this, I apologize. But I just feel some type of way.
Can point to that was newly introduced to my life before I had all these things happen to me. And so he opened up his laptop and he typed in Cipro side effects. And what he discovered horrified him. Cipro is part of a class of antibiotics called fluoroquinolones, and while it is a very effective antibiotic, it comes with extremely severe side effects. And enough people who have taken a fluoroquinolone have suffered from these side effects that there's actually a term given to them. They are said to have been floxed. And as Alex discovered in his research, there are many online communities for these floxed individuals, many of which used to be healthy and fit, but after taking these drugs, they became bedridden or had to transition to a wheelchair. This is due to one of the nastiest side effects of this class of drug: ruptured tendons. As a reminder, a tendon connects muscle to bone. And so if you were to say a tendon has ruptured, what you're actually saying is the muscle has torn off of the bone. And apparently, this is unbelievably painful and almost always requires surgery to fix. And in many of these floxing cases, the fluoroquinolone drugs cause these people's tendons to start dramatically tightening until they just start rupturing. And there's nothing they can do to stop it unless they stop moving, hence becoming bedridden and transitioning to wheelchairs. When Alex read all these horrible testimonials of people who had been floxed, he realized their experience mimicked his own. He was floxed. But once he knew what he was up against, he began looking for a timeline. How long would he have these symptoms for? And what he saw was most people experience these awful symptoms for about 3 months and then they fade away. So for 3 months, Alex suffered, but he stayed positive. He was certain he was going to get better. But 3 months came and went, and he didn't get better. In fact, he got worse. All of his tendons continued to tighten, and some of them ruptured, and he had to quit his job and had to move in with his parents. But he stayed positive. He went back online, and he began reading about more severe floxing cases, and he saw those people typically saw a big turnaround at the 3-year mark. And while that was overwhelming and awful and disheartening, he at least had something to look at as the light at the end of the tunnel. And so for 3 more years, he waited and waited in pain. He eventually became completely bedridden and completely dependent on his parents. But then the 3-year mark came and went, and much like the 3-month mark, nothing got better, he just got worse. And that was when Alex realized he was in the range of people that suffered from their floxing permanently. In 2016, so 7 years after taking that fateful dose of Cipro, he wrote a blog post on his website updating the world about his condition. In it, he says he's only gotten worse and that his life effectively came to an end in 2009 when over a 6-day period, he swallowed those 12 Cipro pills. And so now all he looks forward to is his death. So that's going to do it, guys. If you found the secret in today's video, let us know in the comments section what it is.
I'm glad we watched this because, you know, that sucks, man.
Most definitely.
That truly sucks. Like.
And then I'm thinking about it because I'm like, it definitely sucks because it was an antibiotic, right? You're normally not like on things that long. Some just like 3 days, 7 days. 12, like however long it's not a very, very long time. It's like a little short amount of time. And that short amount of time, if you take in these 12 pills, your entire life changed for the worse.
For the absolute worst.
Like
the only thing to the point where the only thing you're looking forward to is literally death. That is damaging.
And then you having to go and search and basically find your own answers because no one can give you.
That's the
one
thing.
doctor say, no, I don't think it's this. send you on your way.
That's the thing.
Go
like,
to the next
that's
doctor.
low key malpractice, right?
Huh?
That's low key malpractice, right?
No. Not necessarily. I mean, because
I feel like you should be able to sue for that shit because these doctors, you told them multiple times, hey, I believe it's this. They, oh no, it's not the medicine. Case, honey, I told you, like, I had a situation like that. Like, I was on some medication, some drugs, and I experienced a major side effects of the drugs. And the doctors told me, oh no, that's not this. No, it's not. It's not. I'm like, it only started when I had to start getting treated, and these are the side effects. No, it has nothing to do with the drug. That must be something you're doing. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, it's the drug. You know what I did? I said, F the treatment, and I just stopped.
And stop.
And then, you want me to tell you, years later, you know what I did? I did my own research and found out, hey, this drug do have this side effect to it. And then you bring it up to the doctor, and the doctor pushes it off and says, no, it's not this side. Motherfucker, you are... If I had kept doing the treatment, it probably would have, like, 100% affected me to the point where I don't know if I could have bounced back from it. You get what I mean?
Because I guess, in that sense, like they were actually treating you, like the drug that they were giving you was for whatever issue that you had. But I guess it'll be different. It would have been different, I guess, if they were treating you for something, giving you something that wasn't really treating whatever. Like, say, for instance, I misdiagnosed you with something and been giving you these drugs all this time for something that you really don't even have, and you've been taking it all this time and it had, like, some type of, I guess, effect to it. And I guess that would be a different, you know, scenario. But
what I'm saying is, I ain't saying I could have sued the man or nothing, but I'm saying that's where you lose trust in.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
In doctors.
Yeah,
and
most
you
definitely.
Just be like, F you.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, if the patient is saying something, why are you being dismissive about what the patient is saying?
True.
You know what I'm saying? You are the doctor. Me, I'm not knowing what you putting in me. Because that's medication. You're putting something in me. Yeah. So hopefully you have done the research and have the proper knowledge if you're using this medication to be injecting it or giving it to someone. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess that's why.
Like, that is so messed up. And then you go home and you've been bedridden this whole time, all these years, and that doctor just, next patient. And he didn't got paid. He didn't got paid for telling you false information. You know what I'm saying? Like to be honest, like I said in the beginning, I would have went to the ER. I would have went to say, hey, I had this medication. I looked up the side effects of this medication. Can y'all please let me know? I bet you any money, some doctor in that ER would say, yeah, it's a possibility of this. And then they probably could have looked into it and said, hey, let's go ahead. You never know.
I mean, yeah, but
at least I would have had an answer sooner than fucking sitting around for multiple days.
I mean, but what good? I mean, yeah, cool, you could have had an answer, but it wouldn't have changed anything.
Man, I just feel like...
I mean, I guess would have gave you a peace of mind of knowing what it is. And not,
or could have gave... They also... Well... Because what I'm thinking is, I'm like, with him just sitting at the house for more days after days after days, it could have been getting worse instead of possibly you could have went in and started treating it.
I don't know nothing else. Because I'm wondering, like, from everyone else, like, there's like no type of counteract drug, like.
I'm saying maybe if you catch it ahead of time, like catch it early enough.
But you done already.
Some people, if they catch it early enough, I'm saying that first day when he was experiencing, go to the ER that first day. Quit waiting, like he.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm in my head. I'm just like, has the damage already been done? You've been taking these drugs over a period of time.
Sure, I agree.
And I don't really know much about the drug, or I have to look it up and do my own research. I don't know much about.
Just know if they ever offer you that drug, say hell, fucking no, I already know about that side effect, and I ain't dealing with it.
But like he said in the beginning, like it
and
can
he said
happen.
Whatever the drug was for, it works for what it's for. But it has extremely harsh side effects. So
and that's with a lot of things. That's why you just have to be careful what you're
Like even the medication, like my mom told me the other day, with medication she take for her epilepsy. Like because she's got to the point where she knows the medication that know it to the point where she's like, yo, I don't want to take that pill because it makes me the side effects of it is so strong to the point where it's worse than even dealing with what I gotta deal with.
Yeah.
And so she like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, if a patient sometimes I hate doctors feel as though the patient. It's crazy how every other career it's like maybe the customer is right. The customer is right, but when it comes down to something like that, is well, you ain't go to school for it, so how you gonna tell me? You know?
Yeah, like don't come here telling me how to do my job.
Yeah, but anything, a lot of other things.
But it's not even that I'm trying to tell you how to do your job. I'm just advocating for myself.
My health.
Because you know when something's not right, or when you feel weird, or when you feel off, or things are abnormal.
My health ain't 100% your concern because it's not you. It's your duty to assist me, but it might not be your concern because it's not your body. Opposed to if it was my body, if it was your body going through this, you would be like, I'm trying to do whatever it takes to heal myself.
Yeah.
Which is so fucked up, man. The medical field is so messed up, man. Yeah. And I'm 100% sure whoever prescribed him the medication, because it's a prescription, had to know the previous side effects before even giving it to him. That's when I was like, why don't you just go back to the original doctor that gave you them?
Yeah, he could have did that, but
That's what I would have did.
Yeah, he could have did that, but my only thing is how bad the damage that was already done.
And the
was there
pharmacist.
been anything to I don't know.
And the pharmacist who
that's a super unfortunate situation.
Yeah. Hey man, y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts, man. I'm educated now on the medication. If I ever was offered this, I'm not.
And definitely any other medications that you ever offered, make sure that you do your research and read. They give you all but people throw that to the side and they just pop them pills.
Remember, 5-letter word, Cipro. CIPRO. Remember that. Never.
I wonder, do they even still prescribe that to this day? I don't know.
That's
because I haven't personally. They probably do. I'm gonna look it up because this happened in 2009. Yeah. So, yeah.
Hey man, y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions about it down below. But as always, I do go by the name of DJ Kid. That's it. We are. We are.
Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my